Alright, how to do a proper compression test. This happens to be on a 4-cylinder Camry. So step 1, commonly overlooked step, hook a battery charger up and have it charging. The reason? If we test cylinder 1, 2, 3, by the time we're testing 4, the battery voltage might have dropped, the RPM might be a little slower, it might throw your readings off for cylinder number 4. Next step, we're going to disable the fuel injection system. In this case, we pulled the EFI main fuse. We looked that up. There's a couple different ways you could do it. If you really don't have service information, you just disconnect the fuel pump. Another step, we pulled all the spark plugs. Not one at a time, but every single spark plug has been removed. Another step is disable the ignition, and on this one, by the time you pull the coils out, they're individual coils, coil on plug on here, there's nothing really to disable because all the coils are out, so it is disabled. And then you can see there are spark plugs. It's recommended you'll lay them out, keeping track of where they came from. And you're probably doing this test because you have a misfire, which this car does as well. And so from here, we're going to go ahead and put in the compression tester with the check valve in it. Go ahead and put that, Fernando, in cylinder number 1. Now, once that's in and tight, we're going to hook up our compression tester, the gauge, right to that hose. So, once it's hooked up, I'm going to hold it. Now this part, you could do by yourself if you go ahead and you lay it up on the windshield and watch it. But we got more than one person, so we're going to do it the easy way. We're going to hold this. You'll notice it's reading 0. Now I'm going to have Ricky crank, but we're going to be counting the pumps, and so the engine kind of makes a sound. So we're going to go maybe for 4 or maybe for 5. Ricky, you want to do 4 pumps, 5 pumps? 4. Alright, we're going to go for 4, and you're going to hold your foot right to the floor. So you're going to go wide open throttle while you do it. We're ready when you are. Yeah, so that was 4, and you'll notice we got nothing. So I'm thinking there might be a gauge problem, but I know a little something about this car. So we're going to go ahead and set that same test up for cylinder number 2. Fernando, if you will. We got 0 PSI on cylinder number 1. That's not normal, for sure. So we're going to go ahead, same test, drop it right into cylinder number 2. You'll notice the battery's still on the charger, so it's still going to be good. I'm going to hold it again. Go ahead, 4 more pumps. Alright, right on 4 pumps, and we're showing, I'm going to call that 110, about 130. So that was 130, and you'll notice it kind of jumped up each time. We're going to do another test of number 2, so I want to point something out. Go ahead, 4 pumps.
4 pumps.
First pump, second pump, third pump, fourth pump. So you notice, first pump maybe a little over 50, and then by the time it was third pump, it was pretty close to 120, getting close to 130. By the fourth pump, for sure, we're at 130 solid. So we're going to keep that in mind to keep track of how quickly it's pumping up. I'm going to go ahead, slap that baby in cylinder 3. Alright, go ahead, 4 pumps. Alright, looking 125, similar. A little bit lower, but we're not sweating a few PSI here. Not really super worried about that. Go ahead and do the 4th one. Okay, 4 pumps. That one went just to a 5th, and you'll notice that 5th pump, it got another little bit of pressure. So I'm going to say, we'll go ahead and we'll do another 4. Fair test. Alright, so you can see the difference between 4 and 5 pumps makes a big difference. So it's really critical you get the same amount of revolutions on your test. And we're right there around 130. So in summary, we got about 0, about 130, about 125, about 130. So logically, our cylinder number 1 has a problem. What? I don't know. Internal engine problem. Maybe we got worn out piston rings, worn cylinder, the piston itself. Maybe we got a hole in the piston. We might have bent valve, intake or exhaust. We might have worn camshaft. We could have a number of different things here for cylinder number 1. You want to know? You got to get further into it. You're going to have to do a cylinder leakage test, which there's a video on how to do that one too. And we do a cylinder leakage test on this vehicle, and you can see what we find with cylinder number 1. After that, that's it. There's your compression test.